Hi, I'm Zach Abdulrahman. We're the team of behind Beacon of Hope, a revolutionary meal planner powered by our custom-built R3 database and Bandit AI recommendation system. What makes us unique? While other apps use rather generic APIs, we developed everything from the ground up to deliver truly personalized dietary solutions. This is a context-aware meal recommendation system that provides useful meal plans to users, specifically those with health complications considering like diabetes, gluten allergies, vegan, vegetarian dietary restrictions. In other words, we developed a web app that helped individuals make healthy, informed decisions about their meals. It helps users explore their meals in an interactive calendar-based visualization system. This system helps users visualize meals across multiple food information levels, including meals, ingredients, and recipes, as well as tracking their nutrition and goals and identify patterns and add filters for different health and demographic constraints. This project answers the fundamental research question, can a person with a specific dietary preferences, example, dislike for dairy, find a meal suitable for their health conditions? So to contextualize, we have a problem and solution statement. Compared to traditional meal recommendation systems, we have adaptability features such as a traditional meal recommender can fix after creation, whereas our Beacon of Hope is dynamic and adapts daily with Bandit learning. We have context awareness, such that we have automated real-time context integration with partial meal plan regenerations and favorited featured meal plan features. We have an R3 database, real-time relational database, as well as an interactive meal calendar where we can view three different modes. We can accept, reject meal plans, delete recommendations, and favorite and unfavorite certain recommendations. Lastly, we have instant updates from feedbacks where we can retrain our recommendation system and provide new, aware recommendations.
Just talk about that, bro. We're gonna cut there.
Hi, my name is Andrew Davison. I'll be talking about the technology stack we used to build this. So we went for a hybrid approach where we leverage React for the front end side with TypeScript and Django with Python for the back end. This approach kind of provides the best of both worlds with a responsive user interface and a robust back end, as well as our back end engineers were very familiar with Python. We had to do a lot of learning with React. Yeah. So on the front end with React, we get a very dynamic experience, seamless navigation and interaction without page reloads. So it's a static single page application. We get features like recipe display and meal plan scores where they update instantly and seamlessly with our backend and it enhances the user experience. It also reduces server load. It manages lightweight processes in the front end, so we can add logic to it if we need to. And we use rigorous unit testing with VTest to test components and perform additional behavioral testing.
Hey guys, my name is Vansh Nagpal, and we're demoing the login and sign up feature of our application. So here first, I'm going to create an account. Um, so my name is Vansh Nagpal. My email is vnagpal@email.sc.edu 12/02/2002. Security question: What is my first pet's name? I just got a golden retriever. His name's Simba. Create an account. Boom. We create an account. Um, these food preferences, this is the food preferences page. So if you don't want to enter a lot of your information and you just want to see like um, the core functionality of the app as soon as possible, you can go straight down here and click generate meal plan. This is not super exciting though, because all of these are like really boring values, like no preference for all of these, no dietary conditions, zero nutritional goals. So you can select one of the recommended personas, which fills it up with default values. You can click Earl Jones or Jessica Smith, and on top of this, you can mess around and add your own um, nutritional goals and information. So like I'm 6'6", not 7'6", I'm 6'6". I'm 22. I'm a male. 200. Okay. Let's just say I have a gluten allergy as well. And you can generate the meal plan. I'm going to let my friend, my teammate Nitin, demo that. So here, I'm going to now demo the settings page. Right here, if you want to go back to food preferences, you can click here, or you can click here for the same functionality. Here in personal info, you can edit your name and your email as you want to. Here we have some more information about our privacy policy. You can read about what data that we collect about you, as well as where to reach us if you would like to contact the development team. We have a delete account feature. And yes, that is all for the settings page. So if we go back to, we log out, let's pretend that we forgot our password. vnocball@email.sc.edu. Gonna ask me what my first pet's name is. Simba, of course. Verify answer. Boom. Okay. I'm gonna enter a new password. It will redirect me to the login page now. I enter my new password, and boom, it logs me with my new password. And we're back to the food preferences page, and you can generate a meal plan and view the meal calendar. I'm going to let my friend Nitin demo that in the default mode, which is where you don't have to enter, you don't have to use an account to view the meal calendar features. Yeah, thank you.
On the back end, we use Django along with Python, as our backend developers are very familiar with it. We use it to use user authentication, data processing, and machine learning algorithms to personalize these meal plans. We use the REST framework that's included in Django's packages. It interacts with our AWS EC2 instance to store user data, store those meal plans, and those recipes. The REST framework exposed APIs for seamless communication between the front end and back end. The setup was kind of built for efficient handling of this data because we wanted it to be quick and we didn't want it to take a while for users to deal with this experience. We also use Poetry to manage these Python dependencies for Django and NPM for JavaScript. And then we also used Firebase for our database solution.
Everyone, my name is Nitin, and I'm gonna demo our calendar, which is a meal-based calendar-like visualization for the app. I'm just gonna pick the default values here and generate the meal plan. And what this does is calls Bandit, like Vansh talked about, and then we can see our 3 meal plans like we requested here. And this is in the meal view, and we're gonna talk about the other food and ingredient views in a bit. And what this shows is a calendar-like visualization with the dates on the y-axis and the actual meal bins on the x-axis. And through each you can view, through each of these you can view the different meals. So example, I can click on this and see what it has, what it supports. So why was it recommended, the recommendation scores, some nutritional info, and the foods it includes. Each of these also has have different calories, carbs, and proteins and fibers. And these all show up here in the progress bar, which is related to what the user requested in the food preferences page. So clicking on a recommended meal actually simulates how much the progress bars would change if the user actually accepted it. So if I do come here and accept the meal, then it would show up in my history and it would be a different color. So this this type of meal card shows that this is something that I accepted, that I took. And the green color is sort of a visual nudging to recommend the user that this is from our Bandit algorithm, this is what you should be taking. Clicking on the looking at the other features, we also have a regenerate all feature which regenerates the meal plans again. And here you can see 4 meal plans now, and you can expand the slots to view all the meal plans in a row. So we have 3 of the new recommendations and an older one, and you can actually accept all and reject all. So I'm going to accept all here. And then all these new meals, all the new 4 meals have been accepted to our history, and our progress for this day shows that calories, carbs, and proteins are all met and above 100%. Going to the other view, which is our food view, which is it is a more granular view than meals. So instead of meals where you can view your whole dinner, breakfast as a whole, here you can view the different components. So for example, I have Pepsi here, which is a beverage, and you can see the calories, carbs, and if there are ingredient data, that would show up here. So for example, if I have a quarter pounder, the ingredients would show up here, and the recipe shows up in its own pop-up view because it's a separate thing that the user should look at. So you can view the instructions, the ingredients, and the prep cook time. Looking at this, we also have ingredient view, which is a further granular view than the food view and shows all the ingredients within the recipes, the foods, and the meals. So for example, I have peppers, ketchup, and clicking on this shows that if there was nutritional info in the database, then that would show up here. Otherwise, it just shows up as other categories and zeros. Other than this, we can actually pick dates and go to different dates, and that would change the calendar to go to that date and simulate the progress towards those days. And we can go back to the day, and going back to the meal view, our thing persists throughout all meal days. We also have different scores based on each meal, and these come straight from our Bandit algorithm. And these are different variety, coverage, and nutritional scores based on what Bandit calculated. Thank you.